First, they would acquire point guard Mark Price. Then, following his disappointing rookie season, they would look for another one.
I didn't know how much I was in their plans at that point, and so all I could do was prepare myself for training camp and be as ready as possible. But, you know, just knowing someone's coming in to take your job, you know, makes you work a little bit harder.
Motivated by Kevin Johnson's presence, Price refused to relinquish his starting job.
Brilliant exhibition by the second-year kid.
KJ would be traded to Phoenix before the year was out, and Price had begun his rise to stardom.
I go out every night feeling like the guy I'm playing has more talent, more ability. And I don't know, I get excited about trying to go out and see what I can do.
As KJ had inspired Price, so too had Johnson learned a valuable lesson from their competition.
To be honest, the one thing in Cleveland I didn't do is be myself. I didn't let my true personality show. I was a rookie, and I really felt like I was walking on eggshells. And the moment that I got traded to Phoenix, I said, whether I fail or whether I succeed, I got to do things the way I think they need to be done.
Back on the Suns, trying to get within one. KJ left hand, got it.
Giving full rein to his fiery intensity, KJ now took the lead by storm.
Kevin Johnson takes it in for two more. Unbelievable offense. KJ with a stutter, spinning move, driving.
I'm realizing what I need to do for our team to be effective, and that's just when I get the ball, just try to push it down the other team's throat. I mean, make them gag on it if they have to.
Establishing himself as one of the league's most unstoppable point guards, Johnson became the driving force behind the perennially powerful Suns.
KJ backing it on Mojiz. To a driving ball. I love to see that.
What you do, you just get the hell out of his way. You give him the ball and say, okay, make sure if he needs your help, you're there, but just let him go.
I think the greatest thing Kevin brings to the team, besides his talents, is his great will to win. It's contagious, and he's a great competitor, and that rubs off.
As Johnson and Price both reached stardom, the little man had never enjoyed greater prominence. And when Dream Team 2 was selected, they came full circle and found themselves as teammates. But while KJ and Price had been spurring each other on to new heights,
at 6'1", he is perhaps the NBA's best little man, and even plays bigger. His peers recognize him as one of the most fearless little guys in the land of the NBA's giants.
David and Goliath, man, the big guys have a huge advantage on me in certain areas, but in other areas, I have to have an advantage of them. And more than anything, they claim this paint area here as being their turf. And I feel that my duty is to trespass as often as I can. The big guy say, oh, here comes a little guy, I can just block his shot. But sometimes you quick jump them and you get them when they're not ready, you can actually get a dunk on them. And there's nothing more exhilarating for a little guy than a dunk on a big guy, because then we're going to get a poster blown up and put it all in our house and send it to the guy when our career's over, have him sign it.
A 6'1" point guard telling tall tales of dunking on big men is not the norm in the NBA. But then this is a man whose approach to the game mirrors his approach to life, an attitude shaped early in his youth.
My grandparents told me that I was special, and they told me it so much that I started believing it. And then when you believe that, you think you're unique, you think you're different, you think you're special, you think you should be able to do things that are exceptional. An example of being one in a million kids to make it to the NBA. And because I heard that so many times, you're special, you're different, you can do anything you want, that I started believing it. That was my food. And, you know, here I am, you know, small town kid from Oak Park, Sacramento, California. And I'm here in the big time hanging out with Charles Barkley and David Robinson.
And for the people he still hangs with in his hometown of Sacramento, KJ truly is one in a million. His positive impact can be felt strongly there, where he established the St. Hope Academy to help young people who otherwise would have no hope. The home, which KJ built and oversees, focuses on a strong family atmosphere and education as the ways kids can escape social and emotional devastation. It is an environment KJ can relate to. For that reason, he is there.
And I think it was, from 13 basically through 17 that I really got curious, and life just didn't seem fair. It was roller coasters. It was ups and downs all the time. You could never get ahead. If you had 2 or 3 or 4 good days, then you knew 3 or 4 bad days were just around the corner. So it's like, well, if I stay in the house all day, maybe I can have those bad days skip by me.
St. Hope Academy loves Kevin Johnson and the Phoenix Suns.
What happened right here? My family instilled in me growing up that you have to give back. Your value as a person is directly correlated to how much you give back and help out people that are less fortunate. And that's natural for me. I get credit for it. You don't do it for credit. You do it because you think it's important to help out those who are disadvantaged and less fortunate, and to realize that's one of the permanent things. A boy in the class doesn't like Kevin Johnson? You know his name? I'll write him a note. I wasn't always like this. It came once I found Christ and decided to walk with him, that we have to give it our all the time for him. And not just when people are watching, because you never know who's looking. Very well done. Very well done. If you can help out a young person be successful, that's going to last the rest of their life. The Bible tells us we can't focus on the perishable gifts, the things that are going to vanish, but the things that are imperishable that are going to last forever, and things in heaven, and youth are certainly a part of that.
KJ is having an impact on hundreds of young people. As a matter of fact, he treats them a whole lot gentler than he does his NBA opponents. As a matter of fact, when I think of KJ, I always flash back to that serious slam he had on Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, that's it. That's the one I'm talking about. Let's hit the rewind button and look at it one more time. Boy, I'm glad I wasn't Hakeem on that play. He got posterized. That's still one of my most favorite slam dunks in NBA history. Every player has a moment like that. One single memory that stands above the rest is called our defining moment. One particular play, a pass, a shot, a steal, a block, a rebound, a time when you and the Rock are one. It's a highlight reel play that will be etched in the scrapbook of our minds forever.